Congratulations, New York Giants. You have now became the new Cleveland Browns. So as you guys know, the Giants made a move that didn't really make Giants fans happy. They traded Odell Beckham Jr. to the Cleveland Browns. Pretty much, the team is awful. It was as bad as it was, and now they take their number one superstar, take him away, and now they're left with just crap. And I think even Giants fans know at this point that it's going to take a massive rebuild to get this team back to a Super Bowl contender. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long freaking time. Until today, because you know me, Mr. RBT, the Rebuild King, is here to quickly turn the tides for the New York Giants and turn them into a Super Bowl champion by the end of this video. What are we going to do? We're going to draft. We're going to abuse the trade system, sign free agents, until this team is back to Super Bowl caliber. Now, how long do rebuilds normally take to win a Super Bowl? They take a long time. They take a long freaking time. So, this video might be 15-20 minutes, but real time, it might take me 5 hours. But at least that's quicker than what it's going to take for Giants fans in real life to experience the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's bad. Like, as a Titans fan, it's bad enough because we're just mediocre, but at least we're not this bad. With that, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below how long you think it's going to take for the Giants to become a contender once again. Now, with that said, the way this rebuild is going to go is going to be a little bit different because we're technically still starting this at the beginning of the 2018 season. Now, we have the most updated rosters up to this point, March 12th at 11:30 p.m. Now, there's still a ton of available free agents in the free agent pool that we are not going to sign, so don't want to affect this rebuild to make it any easier on me as possible. Now, the only thing we did do is go ahead and grab Dwayne Haskins. He is the quarterback projected to be drafted by the New York Giants, and he is going to be the one to lead us throughout this rebuild, coming in at a 79 overall. Now, some of the other prospects that are projected to be drafted in the 2019 NFL Draft are, for whatever reason, in this roster listed as free agents, so they'll just end up on random teams. But we will actually pick up the rebuilding process of this video at the end of this first season. We'll start in free agency and then actually draft some players. But we are going to start off with Dwayne Haskins. Now, obviously, there is no longer Odell Beckham on this team. It's just not looking good. They did get Kevin Zeitler to help out at the offensive guard position and trade away Olivia Vernon for him. Edmund Ingram's still a nice target, but pretty much they now have Corey Coleman. And just like 2 hours ago in real life at this moment in time, they had Odell Beckham Jr. So, poor Giants. Obviously, they have Saquon Barkley, who's going to be a stud running back in today's video. On defense, they no longer have Landon Collins, but at least they did fill that void with Jabrill Peppers. Linebacker core is crap. I mean, they did sign a 500-year-old free safety. Corners are pretty crap. Defensive line's pretty crap. So this is going to take a hot minute. Starting this off at a 72 overall team. Going to go ahead and sim to the end of this first regular season and see how much damage has actually been done to the New York Giants. I really, really, really hope for the video's sake we went 0-16. Now, it looks like we made some signings on the team. We're up to a 74 overall. Dwayne Haskins only up to an 80. I kind of wish he would have got up a little bit higher. Saquon Barkley up to a 92. But the team went 2-14. Let's go. That will probably give us the number one overall pick in the draft unless some team did worse than us. This is hilarious. This is actually hilarious because I did a video on this earlier, and now this just makes me feel dumb. The Browns went 15-1 in this simulation. I did a strict video earlier just seeing what Madden thought the Browns were going to do this upcoming year, and they went like 11-5. Now that just makes me mad because this would have made my video better if they went 15-1 in that video, but I mean, it is what it is. Madden's just a crazy game. But let's make sure we did get the number one overall draft pick, and of course we did. Let's see how Dwayne Haskins did in his rookie season. 24 touchdowns, 15 picks, was sacked 43 times. We're definitely have to do a little bit better than that. I'm not going to look at the stats every single season just so this video isn't extremely long, but I do want to see if the Browns actually win the Super Bowl this season, because if they do, once again, I'm just going to be mad because this would have been better for my video earlier today. And nope, it's the Cardinals. The Cardinals. So the Patriots and the Cardinals. The Cardinals go from having the number one overall draft pick in the NFL, the worst record in the NFL, to the Super Bowl. That's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely mental. And it looks like at least they lost. I'm pretty much going to let every single one of these free agents fly, except our kicker and this 74 overall corner, because he's young and he could develop, and maybe down the line we could end up trading him. We're going to sign him to a 7-year deal just because we're going to do whatever it takes to make this team as good as possible ASAP. Even if that means exploiting the game. But let's see if there's any big free agents that we could sign. I mean, we need a completely different offensive line. I mean, Kevin Ziegler's starting at 2 positions for us, which is not necessarily ideal if you want to be successful. And we pretty much need like a whole new defense, aside from strong safety. A whole new linebacker core, D tackle's okay. Norris Jenkins starting to regress. Our free safety, Bethea, he retired. So things aren't looking that great. But let's see what available free agents we do have. And, ooh, Nick Bosa's a free agent. Jay Ajayi. We need a corner. We're gonna definitely go in on a couple of these guys and see what we can get. Offered a few free agents, and we got a couple of them. We got Colvin, Trent Murphy. I'm kind of upset that Jason Verrett rejected. At least we get 2 players that can help our team because we all know we need all the help in the world. It wasn't the best free agent class, but now it's time for the draft. So I just pretty much auto scouted the whole entire year. So what do we need? We definitely need a wide receiver. We need a star wide receiver to add to this team. An offensive lineman at any position. Now on defense, literally we could use a player at every single position if we're being completely honest. D-line is definitely not the worst part of our defense. The whole defense is bad, but if we can get a really good wide receiver, number one, that would be the greatest thing in the world. So let's go ahead. We're gonna just go ahead and pause this and make this selection. Who are we gonna get with the number 1 overall pick? None of these guys look insane. Wide receiver. Any good wide receiver? I mean, they look good, but this guy definitely doesn't need to be the number 1 receiver taken. Now this guy Sanchez Jones look good, but they probably can get him in the 2nd round. So let's go. Is there? Oh man, this has already stressed me out. I don't want to make a bad decision here. Free safety. That guy looks good. Maybe we trade. Do we trade down because we don't need a quarterback? Maybe we trade down. Who is offering us something good? Let's review these offers. The number 3 pick, 2nd pick, 3rd pick from this year. 1st pick from... that's nasty. That's definitely nasty. Let's see. Who has the 2nd pick? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So if we can trade down at least just 1 spot, that I would not oppose that at all. So the Buccaneers trade down 1 spot and they'll probably take a quarterback with the number 1 pick. If we can get their 1st from this year, their 2nd from this year, and their 1st from next year, that would be 100% worth it. Why is it a negative? Anyways, submit this through, and ooh, it was declined. Are you kidding me? Alright, so maybe we can get. Now I kind of want to keep the 2nd from this year. So instead of a 2nd or a 1st from next year, maybe a 2nd from next year instead. So a 1st, a 2nd from this year, 2nd from next year. Was accepted. Okay, I'll take it. Let's take a quarterback. We pretty much didn't lose anything there. So skip ahead to the next pick. Take a quarterback. Don't make me look dumb. Oh, it took a right end. No, we'll go ahead and take a pick here. I'm gonna look at that receiver for the 2nd round. This guy looks good. He actually looks pretty sick. We might just go ahead and take him. Derek Cameron. B+, B+B. Take him. 81 overall with quick development. So this wasn't really a great draft class because he's the number 1 rated prospect at 81, but still, I mean, you can't go wrong with taking the best player in the draft with the number 2 pick when you acquired a couple extra picks at the same time. Let's go ahead and simulate to the next user pick. We do have 2 2nd-round draft picks. I really hope that wide receiver is still available. I probably should have traded up to get him, but it is what it is. 1st round pick, please. Oh, I think he got taken. Did he get taken? Yeah, he got taken. God. Maybe we go after one of these guys. I'm going to be upset if he was at 79 or 80. Now, this guy actually looks sick. Josh Estes. I probably, mess it up bad. But he's 6'4". We're going to go ahead and grab him. Go ahead and get him. He's a 77 overall. Once again, with quick development. 18th ranked player in true talent. That's 100% a booming pick. So go ahead and skip. We have one more. I thought we had another pick in this round. Oh, wait, we do. We have back-to-back picks. Okay, I'm a moron. Bet. So who do we take now? Ooh. Not a quarterback. Not another defensive end. We need a lineman. We definitely just need to go ahead and grab ourselves an offensive lineman. Now, do we have a left tackle scouted? He actually looks good, B-. Or do I go with the right tackle with a higher combine grade? Everybody says combine grades to move when it comes to scouting offensive linemen. We'll take them. 73, that sucks. I'm so confused. So, I took a quarterback because this is our 3rd round pick, and he was a projected early round talent. So I took him. He's a 79 with star development, and he's ranked 10th in the true talent scale. So he just got the 10th best player in the 3rd round. So I did that because we could just trade him. I'm going to keep Dwayne Haskins to keep it somewhat realistic, but still, why was he? I mean, I'm shocked, honestly. That's like the best thing we could have done there. Now we could use a linebacker. This guy actually looks not bad. Thomas Craig out of UCF, gonna grab him. 73 with quick. I mean, that's about right, especially not bad having quick development. There's actually a ton of good wide receivers in this class. A ton of them. So we'll go ahead and look to grab one here in the 5th round. Reed Wagner. A-, B, B-, grabbed him. 77 overall. 22nd best prospect. We get him in the 5th round. So I decided just to trade away my last 2 draft picks because we didn't have anybody else scouted. We got a 4th and a 5th from next year, which I mean, that definitely is pretty useful. They actually have another 7th round draft pick, which I did not expect. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think this draft was pretty freaking successful. Can we get another 5th? We can get another 5th from next year. I'll take it. So we traded away my last 3 picks. We got 2 5ths and a 4th from next year. And I think we're definitely going to start going hard at the beginning of this next year. Start trading away a ton of players. Because I want to try to make this thing happen in our first real year of this rebuild. So we'll go ahead. Our draft was pretty good. Simulate into preseason week 1. And now it's really time to get this thing going. I mean, this is a pretty good way to start off a rebuild. So I told you we took that quarterback for a reason. We bring in 99 overall Khalil Mack to help out this awful linebacker core. For the quarterback that we drafted in the 3rd round, our backup defensive end, and our 1st round draft pick for this year. The reason I decided to trade it away is because of right now it's projected to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft, so it's not going to get any more value throughout this season. So we pretty much just got a great player for not that much. Now we just improved probably our 2nd biggest position of need. With 91 overall, Jason Kelsey coming over from the Eagles for Corey Coleman, a 4th that we got from trading away our 6th round draft pick from last year, and our 3rd string quarterback in Kyle Lauletta. So don't mind me, I'm just working on a massive trade. So we just traded away our backup middle linebacker Alec Ogletree to the Browns, and a 5th round draft pick from this year to the Browns for their 1st round draft pick for this upcoming year. And I think now we're going to make it happen. That draft pick we just got before wasn't enough, but I think this one's enough. Now we have 2 1st round draft picks. Kirkwood, like our 4th wide receiver, a 2nd and a 5th from this year. We get the 13th overall pick from the Baltimore Ravens that we're going to use to bring in another huge linebacker to the team. We're going to have to trade away our left tackle, Nate Solder, who we can easily replace. Also have to trade away, more than likely, our left guard as well, Will Hernandez, which I really don't want to do. Actually, you know what? Let's not use him. Let's use the main man that we signed, Trent Murphy. That could, I mean, why not? I mean, why the heck not? And also that 1st round draft we just traded for. Going now, you guys know, we need a middle linebacker big time here. And we're going to be going to the Carolina Panthers to bring in their 99 overall middle linebacker, Luke Kuechly. Eat me. So I think it's all going to end up being worth it. Now, finally, we get the 4th overall pick, and I think that should be enough. And finally, that took a lot. But Luke Kuechly is now your new starting middle linebacker with the New York Giants. Him and Khalil Mack, deadly. Trent Murphy, Nate Solder, 4th round draft pick or 4th overall draft pick. Gonna have to replace them, but that was worth it. This is an interesting one for sure. He's a little bit older, but to replace Trent Murphy, we get Jarrell Casey, the veteran from the Tennessee Titans, for our backup outside linebacker and our 3rd string running back in Jonathan Stewart. Wow, this trade actually ends up being huge. First of all, we get Mitchell Schwartz, who can play over at left tackle, so our left tackle position's now filled. BJ Goodson, who was going to be our 3rd middle linebacker behind Luke Kuechly and the rookie redrafted 3rd round draft pick. And Eli Manning, why is this huge? Because he was our backup and his cap hit was 11 mil. So this trade, brilliant. So I think we're done with the trades for now. I wanted to keep as many draft picks as I could. We had to trade a lot of them away, and at the end, I did trade away 2 2nd round draft picks for a 1st round draft pick, so at least we have a 1st upcoming. Now, the only position that I don't really feel good about is free safety. We do have some positions that aren't really good, but we have to sign a better free safety, and there's nobody really could trade for, so I'm just going to go and sign like the best free safety out there just for like a 1-year filler, and then we can either draft one or sign one out of free agency in the offseason. Best one out there, oh, that's not good. Go with TJ Green. He's a scheme fit, a little better than what we had, but I think this team is okay. Some young players that can progress with a mix of some old veteran talented players. But with that, it's time to sim. We'll go ahead and go to the playoffs. I hope maybe a playoff berth. I'll be happy with like anything better than 8-8. Actually, we did make the playoffs. Why do we suck so bad? We end up going 9-7, but we did make the playoffs. So it's a little bit better than what I expected. But I'm kind of disappointed we did make the playoffs. At least Dwayne Haskins is progressing a little bit. He's up to an 82. Saquon's up to a 95. Offensive line rookie didn't progress, so I'm kind of disappointed about that. Our offense is up to a 91, though. If we can add some targets for Dwayne Haskins, we could finally begin to get in business. We just need to sign some better corners. We need to sign a better free safety and maybe get a good target at wide receiver, and we could actually be contending for a Super Bowl next year. And if the Patriots go back-to-back against the Cowboys, I'm going to laugh. And the Pats end up, they actually lose. So at least our division winners that beat us won the Super Bowl, but we got to do better. So we re-signed Sterling Shepard and a couple backup players, but that was the only real big player we did re-sign. But now, jumping into free agency, we have $32 million cap room. Let's see who we can get. Free safety, we need Demarius Randall big time. Him and this cornerback, and we could be talking Super Bowl next year. So we're about to offer him something insane, a 5-year deal. Give him $6.5 million a year. Give him a sign-on bonus of what, like $3 million a year. Demarius Randall, you better become a Giant this upcoming season. You need to do the reverse of what Odell Beckham Jr. did. Submit this offer. We have 108 total points. That better be enough. Now, Anthony Brown, we have the same last name. Come on now. It can't get any better than that. Give him $6 million a year. Give him we'll give him this sign-on bonus. I think that's 109 total points. That's way better than anybody else, so I'll probably offer a little bit too much, but we need them. So if we can add another good corner in a starting free safety, like I said, Super Bowl this upcoming year. Now, I'm not going to sign one of these wide receivers just because we don't necessarily need one, but I think at this point, we're golden. If we sign both of those guys, I'm expecting divisional champions, and there we go. We get both of them. Now maybe, we only have 20 million cap room. I need to be a little bit careful, not go way too crazy. Go ahead and skip right to this draft. We got to find a superstar wide receiver. Got 2 good ones last year, but I need a superstar. And if not, we need to at least just, trade for one. So we have the 14th pick. I think we traded up with the Buccaneers maybe. I don't know, maybe I'm lying, probably not. But let's see, best player that's available for us. Ooh, I have running back. We don't need a running back, though. That's for sure. Linebacker. Wide receiver. This guy actually looks decent. He's the only good wide receiver we have scouted. Just give him to me. Deion Brent being 80 plus. 80 plus, please. 78 with quick. That's not awful, but I need a superstar, not like a 78. I might end up just trading some of the rookies away, and we don't have another pick until the 4th round. I think, though, we pretty much filled every need. We maybe can make 1 or 2 trades, and we could be on our way to the Super Bowl. So go ahead and make selection here. Let's see, maybe we can get a decent O-lineman, maybe get a better right tackle, because our right tackle ended up not developing for us last year. There's a couple of decent ones. Maybe go with Wesley Lansana. He's yep. So once again, we didn't have many players scouted, so I just traded away for better draft picks next year, so we can maybe use them in trades. Once again, guys, super happy with how this offseason went. Only made a couple moves, but were big moves that we did need to make. We still have a little bit of cap room to mess around with, so with that, go ahead and sim into this next year and begin looking for probably a number 1 wide receiver as our main target to try to trade for right now. And maybe a better right tackle, and with that, we should be decent. So we get the number 1 receiver I was looking for, Julio Jones, coming over from the Atlanta Falcons. So Odell Beckham Jr. replaced 2 years down the line by Julio Jones. We had to trade away that right tackle that we drafted year 1. He just wasn't developing. A first from this upcoming year, and Wayne Gallman. So we're going all out for this 3rd year, trying to make it to the Super Bowl. Looking to get some more value, and this free safety, the only thing that wanted them was the Rams. So we traded the 3rd with them to get a first from the Rams. Well, that was not expected, but we get ourselves our new right tackle. We trade Mitchell Schwartz to the Steelers for David DeCastro. Schwartz was starting to regress, and he cost a little bit too much money, and we get David DeCastro, who I'm just going to convert to right tackle. So that worked out pretty well. No freaking way. I know he's old, but what kind of linebacker core are we about to have in New York? Von Miller. For some reason, they valued him at a 1 star. but we got that wide receiver we drafted in year number 1. He's the one that came with normal development. Since we got Julio Jones, we didn't need 5 like really talented wide receivers, and a 4th for Von Miller, and we're gonna start him, and he's just gonna be good. Like, this team, man, already freaking sick. Up to an 87 overall. And also, we're about to get ourselves our new starting left tackle, Ali Marpet from the Buccaneers. We no longer needed corner, a young outside linebacker, obviously, because we just got Von Miller. We had to trade a 5th with them, and now our offensive line, dog, it is insane. So it looks like we're making this team nasty now. We trade Jabrill Peppers and Janoris Jenkins to the Steelers for Stephon Tuitt. Why? Because we're starting to run a little bit low on cap room. Janoris Jenkins and Jabrill Peppers both costing us over $10 million a year, so we shed like $20 million. We traded a draft pick away. We get Stephon Tuitt, who's better than Jabrill Peppers, and he already costs less money. So that, I believe, was a sick deal. But now we have to get a better corner. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why. Just know I am a wizard. We pretty much replaced Janoris Jenkins with Richard Sherman, who costs $10 million a year less. I just spent like the last 15-20 minutes trading up all my draft picks. I literally have 0 draft picks left, but we're going for it all this season. Traded away a 2nd and a 1st in our 4th corner for 90 overall Richard Sherman, and we still have $15 million in the bank if we need it. And with that, guys, this team is disgusting. Look at that overall. This is where it comes into play. When I mentioned in some of my videos where I'm like, yo, this doesn't make any sense that this 85 overall team just went 16-0, because I rebuild teams up to 92 rated, 97 offense, 93 defense, and I'm the guarantee that they don't go 16-0. But still, this team better be Super Bowl bound. Dwayne Haskins, if he can progress at least to an 85, this team's a shoo-in for the Super Bowl. This offensive line, so much better than what we inherited. Evan Ingram, good tight end, good wide receiver core. I mean, we have some youth and some experience. Defense up to a 93 overall now. Like, keep in mind, this team was like 71 when we got it. Now up to a 92. Defensive line, sick. Secondary, sick. This better be. If this team loses more than 2 games, I am going to be pissed. Looks like we got a 1st round bye. And my God, this team up to a 99 rated offense, 95 defense. Somehow our team overall didn't go up at all, but who freaking cares? This team, dog, it is disgusting. Did we go 16-0? No, we went 14-2, so I'm okay with it. Not mad at all. This team, 14-2. I'm guessing that had to be the best record in the NFL. And it's tied with the Browns at 14-2. Let's check out some of these stats. Looks like Baker Mayfield won the MVP. We had to have somebody up there. Maybe Dwayne Haskins. We had the 3rd best offense in the NFL. Haskins came in 2nd. Had nobody else in the top 10. But how did he do this season? 40 touchdowns, 10 picks. Still disappointed in the fact that we got sacked 34 times. Saquon Barkley killing it. 5.6 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns. Receiving yard-wise, we had Reed Wagner. Had 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. He's the rookie that we did draft. Julio Jones didn't even do as good as Reed freaking Wagner. What a man. Defensively, we had Luke Kuechly with 115 tackles. Von Miller with 21.5 sacks. You can say whatever you want about him aging. Still producing with 21.5 sacks. This team is destined for a Super Bowl berth. I mean, the team doesn't get any better than that. Come on, we get a 1st round bye next week in the divisional round. Gonna be taking on the Falcons, an 8-8 Falcons team. No way they beat us here in New York, and we get the dub. We're gonna jump right into this. Come on, please, let's get this over with in year 3, technically year 2. The 10-6 LA Rams, no match for your New York Giants, and with that we do advance with a 28-0 win over the Rams. Absolutely dominating. So it takes RBT 3 years, technically really 2, to enter the 2020 season for this team to go from hot garbage to one of the best teams in NFL history, now up to a 94 overall, taking on if we lose to the 7-8-1 Colts. I'm gonna be upset. I do want to see how he played in the first couple games of the playoffs. Who did we lose to? We ended up losing to the Cowboys by a lot. We lost to the Eagles in the last week of the regular season. We didn't play the Colts in the regular season. In the postseason, won by 2 possessions, beat the Rams by 28 points. And this time what we are going to do is jump into the game. And it's the fact that we're going to win this. Here's a last look at the team. Dwayne Haskins up to an 88 overall. Defense is just absolutely nasty. But together, we're going to jump into Tampa Bay, Florida. Gonna sim this game so we can watch Dwayne Haskins and the New York Giants hold up the Lombardi Trophy. I mean, you might not be able to do it in real life, but RBT, we can do it in just a matter of like an hour real time. Actually, I'll tell you exactly how long this took. Only took an hour and 11 minutes. And now I'm saying this, watch us lose. That will make me upset. Tampa Bay, Florida, gonna be host to another New York Giants Super Bowl championship. Oh boys, it's a 7-8-1 team. The fact that they made it to the Super Bowl is actually disgusting. But simming this at the end of the game, come on Giants, take a 3-0 lead, get the ball back. This better be a blowout. 10-0. Uh-oh, 10-7. We get the ball before halftime, 17-7. They put up points before the half. It's a 1-possession ball game. Come on, man. Put up some points. 24-10, 24-17, 31-17. With that, boys, the rebuild is complete. It only takes us 3 seasons to bring this team a Super Bowl championship, as in Raymond James Stadium. Your New York Giants are going to be holding up the Lombardi Trophy. Hopefully for you Giants fans out there, it only takes you this much time in real life. I mean, I'm not going to lie, with how bad the team is, it might take a little bit longer. But at least here on the channel, we can turn dreams into reality, as your Giants pretty much dominated this NFL season. Had a dominant performance throughout the playoffs. Like, shout out to the freaking Colts to making it this far. 21 carries, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns, as Saquon Barkley is named your Super Bowl MVP. As guys, as you see the celebration, that is going to do it for today's Madden 19 rebuild. Make sure to drop a like if you guys did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't. With that said, I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Want to see Luke Kuechly, Julio Jones, and Dwayne Haskins holding up the Lombardi Trophy? What are we freaking doing? But I'll catch you guys next time. Rest your day. God bless and peace.